All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Ashley Bell, and I'm really excited to teach you guys a little bit about doTERRA essential oils. So we've been using them for 8 years now, and we love them. We have seen so many health benefits from using them, and I think we've avoided many health crisis from using them. So they are definitely a blessing in our life. And so I am excited to educate and inspire and empower you to take care of your families and yourself and your kids if you have kids, but help take care of you and yourself and your family in a more natural way without the use of side effects, and something that is all natural and here on the earth already for us, and that's plants. So doTERRA literally means gift of the earth, and so that's kind of how we think of the oils. Just to start off really quick, doTERRA does not prevent, cure, or treat disease. It's our lifestyle that prevents disease. And so we have all heard that eating a healthy diet and exercising and rest and all of those things contribute to a healthy lifestyle. And if we do that, then the body can heal itself and hopefully cure itself if given the right tools. Doctors are really good at treating symptoms and fixing broken parts, but they can't actually cure or heal us. Our bodies have to do that from within. So tonight I'm going to teach you what are essential oils, how do you use them, and then what's the best way to obtain them. So the first thing is, what is an essential oil? Well, they're just aromatic compounds from plants, and that really means it's just a compound that is very aromatic. It's very, it smells pretty much, and they're just found on plants. If you look at this leaf, it's a peppermint leaf, and then down below is a zoomed in microscopic picture of a peppermint leaf, and you can see that little purple circle on there. That's an oil sac. And so the oils are either steam distilled or cold pressed and extracted from the leaves, and they're very powerful, very safe, and they don't have any side effects. So it's a perfect match. Essential oils are very, very powerful. So those little oil sacs on the plant are very potent, and when we use them, they're very concentrated, and so they're actually 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. They inhibit the growth of bacteria and viruses, which is wonderful to have that as a resource and to have that as a tool for bacteria and viruses. They also really support our mood and our mental health, and they support our body organs and systems so that our body can detoxify and heal itself. So just so you guys are aware, it takes 28 cups of peppermint tea to equal 1 drop of peppermint oil. So they're very concentrated, very potent, and that's why we can use them for medicinal purposes. So just really quick, let's just compare modern medicine to natural solutions. So modern medicine is designed to manage symptoms. They're usually made from isolated synthetic compounds, or they're also cause side effects. Have you guys seen a pharmaceutical commercial lately and the long list of side effects that it has? Okay, and also $4.5 trillion a year is spent on healthcare globally, but we're not getting any better, really. We're not, we're still, the system's not working. So natural solutions, they address root causes while minimizing symptoms. So they're really good to go in there and figure out the root of the problem. Hundreds of natural compounds are found in plants, and that enhances the physical and emotional health. So most Medication has one compound. Oils have anywhere from 200 to 400 compounds in their oil base, which makes it much more variety of what we can use them for, and a lot more. They balance, the different compounds kind of balance each other. There's no side effects, and they're pennies per dose, which no time at the doctor's visits. I was just talking to a friend. Her daughter had a rash, and she spent 2 hours at the doctor's office plus a copay, plus then the ointment that she needed, and it was, if comparing it to oils, it literally would have cost pennies to use some essential oils with it. Okay, so the really cool thing about oils is they inhibit the bad guys. So when you go to the doctor and you have a bacteria, like a strep throat or something like that, the doctor would usually prescribe you antibiotics. When you go, and oils, bacteria lies on the outside of the cell. If you look at this picture, there's a cell membrane or this cell wall, and the bacteria reside on the outside. So antibiotics can, we know, take care of bacteria, but it takes care of the good bacteria, which is what we do not want. We want it to take care of the bad bacteria, but there's also good bacteria in there that our gut needs to help colonize and help digest our food, and there's a lot of things that the good bacteria does in our system, and when you take antibiotics, it wipes it all out. And so what the essential oils do for bacteria is they inhibit the bacteria, the bad bacteria, but they leave the good bacteria alone, which is a really great thing for our immune systems. The other thing is when you go to a doctor with a virus, oftentimes they tell you, I'm sorry, there's not much we can do, just go home and rest, get fluids, but they can't really give you a lot of medication. And that's because the virus resides inside the cell, and medications usually can't penetrate our cell walls. But oils, especially doTERRA essential oils, can penetrate that cell membrane where the medicine can't, and so it can actually inhibit and block the virus. The essentials are such tiny molecules that they can go in and address it at that cellular level, which is really a cool thing. My background is a nurse. I'm an RN, and that's probably what I spent the majority of my time doing, was giving medications and antibiotics that the doctors had prescribed for the patients. And this is such a great thing to have these tools that can stop the bacteria and viruses, can block the viruses and bacteria without all of the side effects. Okay, so if you guys have seen oils in the health food store or at Target or Walmart, know that there's different grades and there's different kinds of essential oils. So you have our synthetic essential oils, which are usually what the perfume industry uses. They're just kind of good for the smell, but a lot of the medicinal compounds have been removed just through the process. There's food grade oils, which is usually in flavorings like peppermint candies. There's therapeutic grade, which does have some health benefits. This is usually what you see in health food stores, but a lot of times they're not. The whole product is not pure. It might say 100% pure, but the FDA actually only requires a product to be 10% pure, and it can say 100% pure. So it's not really a good gauge, and there's not really any testing that goes into that therapeutic standard. And so it's not a good gauge or not to know whether it really is true. It's like the term natural on our food. It doesn't really mean a whole lot, but certified organic now we know has some testing and has some validity. It's valid to it. So same thing with oils. Our oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. They have a CPTG as their stamp of approval on it, and every batch is tested. It basically means there's no fillers, no pesticides, no foreign contaminants. There's nothing else in there, and it's actually a higher grade than organic. And they're harvested from their own indigenous regions, meaning where the plant is originally grown, and so all the right compounds and levels are going to be in the right amounts. And you're getting the same in every bottle. It's tested, and this is the testing process. So it starts out with the raw material, and there's a whole initial list of testing. It gets shipped to doTERRA, and there's another set of tests, and then after it gets labeled, everything, most I can tell you most oil companies do not do this many tests this many times because they're expensive. But doTERRA definitely sees the need for being continuous in their testing. And so they're very good at testing to make sure their oils are 100% pure and they're potent. They have all the compounds in there that they need. The other thing is sourcing from their indigenous place. They work with the farmers from all over the world to help teach them and better their communities and better their farming practices so that they can truly give us the most potent and pure oils. So a couple different ways to use them. We've all probably smelled some oils. So there's aromatic, and you can use just sense of smell, and you can use a diffuser to enhance that and to have it going in a room and where you can breathe it in. You can have it topically, which is applied directly to our skin, or internally you can consume it as a supplement. So we're going to talk a little bit about these. When you apply it topically, there is different categories of oils. Some of them you need to dilute a little bit because they are strong. They're very concentrated, and we don't want our skin to have a sensitivity to it. So sometimes there's a need to dilute it. Sometimes you can wear it neat or just straight on there with no dilution. And sometimes the sensitive is some people need it and some people don't. So one oil might be okay for me, but it might not be okay for my new baby. So I would just add a little bit of carrier oil on there to help in case they might have some sensitive skin. So just so you're familiar with some of this terminology, so you know different ways to use them. And we'll kind of talk about it as we go. So aromatic is a great way to use it. You can put it in a diffuser, and it helps open our airways. It's really good to breathe in the oils. You put a little bit of oil in there and a little bit of water, and it creates this mist, and it's really great to clean the air. It opens up our airways. It affects our mood. I love putting this on about that 5-6 o'clock hour when kids are trying to do homework, we're trying to get dinner ready. You know, life is just kind of crazy, and it just kind of helps keep everything mellow and everything calm. It's really good for our breathing and helping us just open up our airways. The oils reach our limbic system very quickly this way, and you can even just smell them right out of the bottle is a great way to use it. So we have a couple different diffusers that are, these are my favorites. Okay, so the limbic system, when you smell them, when you smell something, it has a direct link to our limbic system, and it affects our emotions and our behavior and our motivation. It's very, very powerful when we smell something. So don't underestimate the power of aromatherapy, and just smelling the oils can have a huge impact on us. So topically, you can apply it to your forehead, your feet, your ears, your chest, over your heart, back of your neck, any troubled areas. You can put them on your feet. That is a really good place. When you put them on your feet, they get into your bloodstream within about 30 seconds and affect your overall system. There's really no wrong way to use the oils except in your eyes or in your ears. You would want to put it around your ear or around your eye or around your ear, but not in. Okay, you can also take them internally. So you can put a little drop in a glass of water and drink it. However, I only suggest that you use the CPTG oils internally, just for safety reasons. You don't know what the other companies have added to dilute them with. And so we know doTERRAs are not diluted, and so we can use them, most of them internally. There's a few that we can't, but if they've been generally regarded as safe, then and tested, then we can use them internally. You can put them under your tongue, you can make a little empty gel capsule, or you can put them in water. So lemon is my favorite oil to put in my water. I put a few drops in my water, and it just helps kind of detoxify our bodies. I clean with it. I put it in a spray bottle and wipe off countertops and sinks. I also love to diffuse it. It naturally cleanses and purifies the air. So lemon is probably the one that I always have at my kitchen sink, and that's what we put in a lot of our water. There's a few of the citrus ones that are our favorites to put in our water. Lavender is well known for having calming and relaxing properties. So this one we love to put on our kids' feet at night, or our backs, or our foreheads, and it helps us kind of relax from the day and relax, and helps us go into a little bit deeper, better sleep. It's also really good for skin. So we live in Georgia, and there's a lot of mosquitoes, and it's kind of buggy right now, and so I can put it on bug bites or any kind of itchy redness, anything like that. It's really good to help the skin. Peppermint is really good also for itching for the skin. It's very cooling and tingly when you put it on your skin. This is one that you can add to your water and drink also. It's really good to support your stomach and digestive discomfort. It's just cooling, and it feels really good, and it helps balance out any acid or anything like that for your stomach. I also love to use it for my respiratory system. I'll breathe it in, put it on my chest, and it helps open everything up. I kind of think of peppermint as the opposite of lavender. Lavender is very calming. Peppermint just kind of perks you up and kind of wakes you up and makes you want to take a deep breath. So Melaleuca is one of, it's another favorite. This is another one that's really good for the skin, but it's also really good for the immune system. So if my kids get a scrape on their knee or something like that, and I don't want it to get infected, I can put it on their skin to help support the skin, but I can also put it on there to prevent infection. So it's really good for first aid. We've used it around ears for maybe an earache. I've used it for acne, or just to help clear up some of my skin. I've had people use it for toenails or nail or feet, itchy, red, cracked feet, maybe from a toenail fungus or something. We've used it for. So lots of different ways. So know that Melaleuca is good for your skin and your immune system. Oregano is one that we probably don't use every day, but I'm really happy to have it when we do have it, when we do have something come up. So it's a very strong it's very good at fighting infections, and it's really good for our immune system and helping support our immune system fight infections. So we use this when we are not feeling good, when we feel like we need to boost our immunity. So if we just start having an itchy throat or runny nose, any first sign that we're not feeling good, we'll start either putting oregano on the bottoms of our feet, or we'll put it in a capsule and take a capsule. This is one that you definitely want to dilute. You don't want to put it directly on your skin, because it kind of has a warming effect, and it can feel kind of hot on your skin. But if you dilute it, it's no problem. Or it's easy for me, I just put it in a capsule and swallow it down, and then I don't taste it, and I don't smell like a pizza. So this is a fun one to, it's really good to have on hand when you need it. Frankincense. So frankincense is one of those oils that's good for everything. It's great for your immune system. It's great for good cellular health. It's really good to reduce inflammation. It's one of those that's great for the skin. It's good for our mood and mental state. It's just one of those great oils, kind of when in doubt, turn to frankincense. I use this all the time. I keep it in my bathroom, and I just kind of dab my face with it and put it on my face every day. Dr. Hill, he's the chief medical advisor of doTERRA. He recommends putting a drop underneath your tongue every day. Inflammation is a huge risk to our health these days. That we just have it from the food that we eat and our lifestyle. It is very it creates a lot of inflammation in our system, and so frankincense is one of those things that we can have to fight inflammation. It's also really good just for our neurological system, our brains. So I put it on my kids. I put it on the back of their necks, and just with the intention that it goes right into their growing system and growing brains, and it really helps them, I think, focus and just support their neurological system. Okay, so now we're getting into some blends. So I love that we can get single oils, or oils that come from one plant, like lemon. We've all heard of lemon or lavender. But then the really cool thing that doTERRA does is they take all of the best oils to support one system of our bodies and put it into one oil bottle and then label it so we know exactly how to use it. So this one is Breathe, and Breathe is exactly to support our respiratory system. So it has oils like peppermint in there and eucalyptus, things that we know, we've heard of, are good for our breathing system. It also has lemon and manuka, though, to fight infections. So it helps us maintain clear airways and breathing, supports our respiratory system. I use this when our kids have a runny nose or anything, any sort of congestion, anything that has to do with breathing. This is the oil that we use. And we just put a few drops and rub it on our chest, right where our lungs would be at, and just help breathe it in. This is also a really great one that I use for the diffuser, because if I can breathe it in, then it's going to get directly into my lungs. So this is definitely one we use often, especially as we're coming up in the winter months. Digest Zen. So Digest Zen is the same concept as Breathe. It has all of the best oils for our digestive system put into one bottle. So this one we use all the time. This one helps just in our food digestion. It helps if we have some stomach upset, if we feel too full or gassy or bloated, or it just hurts, or maybe there's some indigestion or heartburn or motion sickness. Either your extremes like diarrhea or constipation, anything related to the stomach. Put a few drops on your stomach and it literally takes away stomach ache within a minute. And you probably don't believe me, and that's okay, but when you try it, you will realize, oh yeah, she did say this works really fast. My kids know this oil and love this oil. I have 3 little girls, and they know, if they say, Mom, my tummy hurts, the first thing I tell them, go get the digestion oil, and they'll come and put it on themselves, and I usually never hear about it again. So this is a really, really great oil. And you can also take it internally. It kind of has a tastes like black licorice. It has the anise and fennel in it that kind of tastes like black licorice. So you can drink it, or you can just rub it on your stomach. doTERRA also has it. It comes in a pre-made soft gel for us. So you can, if you don't want to smell it or taste it, you can, or rub it on, you can just take a pre-made soft gel, and it's very simple. On Guard, this one is all the oils to support our immune system. So it protects us from any environmental threats, anything that would compromise our immune system. So it's a blend of cinnamon and clove and wild orange and eucalyptus and rosemary, all these really strong, powerful oils that are really good at blocking infections. So this oil we put on the bottoms of our feet often, just to support our immune systems on a daily basis. And then if we, usually if we forgot, or we've been around a big crowd and maybe we start to get an itchy throat, or eyes start to water, whatever those first symptoms are, maybe we get the achiness, we'll start loading up with On Guard. We'll either take it internally. I like to put it in some hot water or warm water with some honey and drink it. For my kids, they love to have it put on their feet. And we'll just start loading up on it, and it will usually knock out something in a few days. It's very, very powerful. And I love all of the On Guard products. So doTERRA has kind of branched out a little bit and given us some more products that are infused with the On Guard oils. So we have toothpaste, we have laundry soap, there's throat drops, there's cleaning solution. There's lots of great stuff with the On Guard because it's so powerful, and it's great to use non-toxic cleaning. If I'm worried about putting things into my body and on my body, I want to make sure they're non-toxic, and I also want to make sure I'm cleaning my home with non-toxic things, and so my kids can help clean and I don't have to worry about them ingesting something that they shouldn't. So I love the On Guard cleaning line. There's also Deep Blue. So Deep Blue is an oil blend that supports our muscles and achy joints, and it also supports our circulation. So it's really good to use before and after exercise. Anything where you wake up with maybe a stiff neck or sore muscles or any sort of tension, it's really good. You can get it in an oil or a rub. We'll put this on at nighttime if they they wake up with some leg pains. Those growing pains, that it's really good for. My husband likes this on his back. I like to use it on my neck. So just different places where you get muscle tension or muscle aches. This is a really great oil or rub. There's Slim and Sassy, which is a really great oil for our metabolism, our metabolic system, and it helps manage hunger cravings. This is a really great blend of cinnamon and ginger and peppermint and lemon and grapefruit, and they all help support our it supports our appetite, but not just us suppressing our appetite. It helps balance our hormones and the cortisol levels and the things in our body that are those blood sugar crashes. It gets to the root of the problem and helps balance out those things so that we don't have those sugar cravings and can have a healthy metabolism. So this is definitely a favorite oil. I went through these oils kind of quickly tonight. I just kind of wanted to give you a quick introduction of some of our favorite oils. We do education often, though. We do intro to oil classes, and we also do continuing education classes where we go into the oils a little bit more in depth, or even other oils and products that doTERRA has. doTERRA has over 60 essential oils, and I just kind of touched on a few of our favorites tonight. We also have a private Facebook group, and we offer one-on-one support. So I would love to help answer any questions and help give you more education. Also, just so you know, also doTERRA works as a wholesale company. So what they do is you can either purchase the oils retail, which I don't usually advise. Maybe if you just want to try one or two oils, then you can purchase them from retail. But 99% of what people do is they become a wholesale member, and that gives them 25% off of the retail costs, and then they can take advantage of our loyalty rewards program. That's an optional program, but you can earn points for your orders that will lead to free products. You can earn commissions if desired, and if not, that's okay too. And it gives you access to lots and lots of oil education. And you can also get a wellness consult, and we can go over your particular needs or your family's needs and see what options or what oils would best suit your needs. So just keep that in mind of whether or not you would like to be a wholesale member of doTERRA and reap those rewards and benefits and get your oils at a huge discount. We don't often sell a lot of oils individually, but I teach people how to set up their membership so they can get the discount. And so I think of it as like a Costco or a Sam's Club membership. You have you can pay a membership fee, and then you get the discounts. doTERRA has it set up that way as well, where you can pay a fee and become a member, or you can order kits where there's no fee. So some of those kits, we have a natural solutions kit. If you are ready to just really get started, maybe you have a large family, or you have some particular health needs and you want to get started with a good variety of oils, maybe dive into the cleaning products or our vitamin pack for energy and all of those things. Nutrition is the basis of good health, and we just don't get that a lot in our soil and in our diets. And so they have a great vitamin pack as a supplement to help fill those holes in our diets. So there's a vitamin pack, there's oils, there's lots of things in a natural solutions kit. If you are ready to jump in and get started. There's also a Home Essentials kit, which is starts out with our basic 10 oils and the ones that I went over tonight, plus you get a diffuser. So you get them in the full 15 ml size bottles, and it's a great way to get started. If you're a little bit hesitant and maybe a little bit skeptical and you kind of want to try them out first, you can get those same basic 10 oils that come in the Home Essentials kit. You can get it in the Family Essentials kit. And they come in a little bit smaller bottles. They're 5 ml size. And they still have about 90 drops in them in each bottle, which is about 90 times that you can use each oil. So you get plenty of opportunity to really try them and dig into them and get some experience with the oils for a relatively low cost for 10 oils. So this is a really great kit. This is the Family Essentials kit. This is probably my most favorite because you get to try them. Most oils, just to give you an idea, cost between $10 and $40 a piece maybe. There's a few that are more expensive, but that's kind of the average cost. So a bottle of Melaleuca is about $20. I would much rather have Melaleuca and be able to use a few drops of it and rub it on my child's ear if they have an ear infection. That's a lot less than paying a copay plus the cost of whatever they would need at the doctor's office. So, $20 that I'm only going to use maybe 5 or 6 drops of, and I have the rest of the bottle to use for something else that comes along. So they really are a great deal. This kit, all of the kits are have frankincense in them. Frankincense is one of those oils that's a little bit more costly. It's more like a $70 oil, and so it's a really great deal that it comes in the starter package, because it's just such a powerful oil. doTERRA really wants to be able to provide us with that oil from the beginning, and so it's in the starter packages. So they're a great deal just because of the frankincense alone as well. So the Family Essentials Kit is a great kit to get started with. If you're looking for a kit with the diffuser and maybe a little bit bigger bottles, if you've maybe used a few oils before and you know you love them, you're ready to dive in, I suggest this kit. Go for a little bit bigger kit with and get started with a diffuser. Most people regret not getting a diffuser from the beginning. So definitely, if you can, do the Home Essentials or the Natural Solutions. And then also, let's kind of scroll back through here. If you have any questions or you're ready to get started, please let me know. We can schedule a phone consultation. I would love to chat with you and get on the phone with you and see exactly what you need and what your health concerns are, and walk through some of those with you and answer any questions. And I can also go into more detail about how to help you save 25% by ordering wholesale. So please feel free to call me or email me. You guys all should have my email address for sure, and we can set up a time to chat. I would love to help you get started and figure out what works best for your family. So thank you guys very much for being on this webinar tonight. I am here if you guys have any questions. We have about 10 more minutes or so. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll kind of stop talking for just a minute. And if you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself. And if not, we'll.
So the On Guard, is there a pill for that one?
Yes, there is. There is a pill for that. Thank you for asking. It is. They have it in a soft gel, and I really like that one. We take that one if we're not feeling good, we're feeling a little under the weather, we'll start taking the capsules. And I probably take the first day maybe 3 or 4 a day. I take it like morning, lunch, dinner, and maybe before bed. And usually the next day I'm feeling 99% better. So thank you for asking.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm just going to check the chat box really quick because let's see. Can the Slim and Sassy be digested, and if so, in drop of water? Yes, it can be. So Slim and Sassy is actually meant to be taken internally. That's the preferred way. So you can put it in your water and drink it. You can drop it underneath your tongue. Some people like to drink it in their water all day long. I'll fill up my big water bottle and put 3 or 4 drops in there and drink it all day long. I love the taste of it. It has some strong flavors in it, though. You combine cinnamon and ginger and peppermint. Those are some strong flavors. So if you don't like those, put them in a little, like a shot glass of water, and just get it down quick. Or you can drop it underneath your tongue if you want less taste of it. Or it comes in a soft gel also, so you can just take it in a capsule. So either way, I suggest trying it, and sometimes it has to grow on you. Sometimes you have to try it 5 or 6 times before you really like it. And if you don't like the taste, that's okay too. Take it in a soft gel or under your tongue, and you won't taste it quite so much. But yes, it absolutely can be dropped in water. Thank you for your question. All right, I'm just Checking the chat box. See if there's anything. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for being on. You guys have a good night. And please feel free to call me or email me with any questions.